Hello, dear people. Today I would like to show you this scene which I rendered in Blender using Stable Diffusion Blender.ai. It's an interpretation of a three-dimensional scene which is combined with elements built in Blender, but also a 3D scan. Let's check the original Sunken ship. It's a 3D scan made in Luma AI based on this simple video. It's a sunken ship on coast of Istanbul. And here is the result in Luma AI. For those who don't know Luma AI, I will let a link down below and maybe make another tutorial to explain it later. So as you can see, it's just like from a simple video. Just I pass by the ship and hold the camera on it. Very simple mobile phone camera. And then uploaded it, and I got this 3D scan. Of course, the areas where I couldn't visit or I couldn't have the camera show, they are not made, not replaced, or not added. But maybe in the future, it could be made with AI. Luma AI is working on this to create 3D models from scenes. So let's go to Blender and close this windows and check the scene. Well, for this scene, I downloaded a low poly version of this 3D scan here. This way we can isolate. It's a very simple scan. As you can see, the areas which I had the view of, very reduced version of it. And in some places you can see the texture is not best. But I think in an age where the reality can be copied almost entirely digitally, we can check for combinations of different models or different production ways to create glitches or to reach previously unmet or unreached results. So like creating novel approaches for aesthetic. I think this structure, this destroyed structure of a 3D scan with glitches and errors can be really amusing or really aesthetically relevant. So let's go back to the scene. I made the seagulls or the models for the seagulls with five models which are like animated. Let's check the lower version. Yeah, you can see there are like just 5 models which are animated with using shape keys, and each is consisting of 2 shape keys, one up and one down with their wings. For all of them, it is the same. And I animated them using a sinus function for the evaluation time. Of course, just taking the absolute value. For this, like animating using driver expressions and sinus functions, I will make another video soon. But for now, you can see there are like 5 birds and just moving this very simple movement. Whereas if you go back to the to our scene, if it's rendered, then they will appear using artificial intelligence render by stable diffusion. They will look much more realistic. I can demonstrate this one for you. I'm using Stable Diffusion Blender AI. I made another video for this, how to install it. But for now, I can show it here. I just simply put to the word prompts, 2 things: overturn ship and seagulls. And I erased all the negative prompts and even not a preset style. And for the advanced options, I give a huge weight to image similarity, which is almost 8, which is the highest value. And prompt strength is also very high. So let's check what we will get for this. So you can see that these basic shapes of the seagulls are recognized pretty nice in birds in different versions, and even the ship got a very nice structure compared to the original here, which was just like a glitch based on the water reflection. And even like places where it was different, where it was not scanned very well, are corrected by stable diffusion. But most impressive part of this image is the water, sea. I have already very nice sea rendering, very realistic, which is very simple node setting in Blender's shader editor, which is this. It is just a displacement map of a musgrave texture animated in with two driver expressions, one locational push and one rotational sinus function. So just like by using them, the C structure is animated in with a displacement map in cycles. The original would look like more in detail like this, in cycles, yeah. So it has a very nice reflection on it, which comes from this metallic and a little bit roughness and also specular. And on top of it, we have this displacement of these waves based on the generated texture coordinate and the musgrave texture in 3D. Yeah, and this already a little bit or mostly realistic output rendering becomes in AI, as an AI render, in a very nice interpreted waveforms. You can change, of course, like this different styles to see how they look like, but it is basically when we have a nice material, image to image material to render on it, then we get also very nice output. You can check another rendering, maybe even taking the image simulator a little bit lower. And we keep the same prompt and render it again. So you can see, again, very nice sea structure. And also here, the seagulls. What will be about if we would have the seagulls? I would like a little bit disturbing black shapes. I thought it would help integrating this white places in the seagulls, but maybe we will just have them completely white and let the AI do its job. Let's find the original seagulls. Yeah, here are they. They are just like a Boidsystem, Boid particle system, flying around and having a moving goal target. It's like 3 stops. These are these empties, which are driving them around. And as I marked these 5 seagull models as a collection, all of these are basically instances of these 5 in a random way. And because there are so many, we don't even recognize that there are just these 5 models. And yeah, let's try to go to their material settings. This is this material setting, and they have this musgrave texture also on them to control the emission. But if I put it out, they're basically just white. But I want to have some shadows, therefore no more this emission, not emission, but just gray white version of them. So let's go back. Now we have just like white seagulls, and let's render this scene where they are most visible. Again, rendering. Now they're again interpreted with some black spots. Of course, seagulls have also black spots. Some of the seagulls. Yeah, you see here. Compare with the original. Here we can see also there are some mistakes because I don't have here seagulls, and here some of them are mixed together. Yeah, you see here they are much better interpretations. The one on the top, the ones on the top, they are much better interpreted as a flying bird figure, whereas the others, and this is also a very nice one. This one here. But the others here, we don't have any. And if we would add maybe something to the prompt, what we'll get. Yeah, this helped much more. Having this just like white seagulls. You can see we don't have any more this on the link on the back. I mean, you need to try a couple of times before getting the best result. And if you have a good one, then you should keep the random seed. I think if you save all your after images, these are all your renderings in a folder, then you can later check which ones are the best, and on their metadata, also the prompts and the settings of rendering are saved as a metadata, also the random seed, and then you can see which ones are the better ones. So I will suggest you strongly to save your all of your renderings. Sometimes you get really nice things which you can even use for in another context as an image. You see that we have also here a very nice catch on the ship, and the seagulls are also here, which let's check if they're also in the original. No, I don't have this one in the original, and here is much more chaos. So maybe we can try something else, like marking the seagulls in with another color. Let's go here and let's make them a color which is not so present here. And let's try something strange. Let's copy this color and seagulls flying. Let's copy orange seagulls in X color code. Let's copy this. Just trying. I don't know if this will work. Paint white. Let's just try what we'll get. No, this didn't work for the orange ones. Let's try this. Let's delete the sex clauses. It's turned to no, we don't get this. They are painting. Of course, it's another nice image with these orange seagulls. But maybe they should be rendered in separate ways. We can again change their color, but this time I will make something else. I will go back here to white. No saturation. And maybe adding them a little bit input in a layer weight and mixing this with mix shader in black to give them a little bit contours. So I have here also on my camera I have also here a motion blur and as well as my camera depth of field. Maybe I will take this off to have a more clear sight of this. And also like for each of the seagulls. Let's have them here. Yeah. So you can see we can add some details, and also you can see that we can blend them completely, or so like this. What about if you make them? Yeah, and maybe adding also color ramp to it to have more precise borders. Now the black is in the middle. Maybe let's change them. Yeah. I don't know if it catches very well. They're just based one dimensional. If I would add a little bit divisions to it to make them a little bit rounder. Or what this? And maybe even having some solidification. For solidifying, I will getting more results, with direct results. How they look like. We didn't do this for all of them. So let's copy this function, this modifiers to rest of them. For this, I select all of them, then shift, collect the one with the modifiers, and then Control L and link copy modifiers. So all of them are in this format. So they look a little bit more elegant now. And let's try to render again. Why orange seagulls? Yeah, you see, like it can convert this my orange, my white seagulls to orange, but not the opposite way. Maybe we can white seagulls. Let's try like this. Yeah, it's still this darkness is there. I don't want this darkness. I want them a bit more clear. Maybe trying the opposite other way, just keeping them orange. Not like this crazy orange, but a little bit. That what I want is to differentiate them from the background, as you know. If they're on white or if they're on the reflections of the sea, then they can be mixed. That or the stable diffusion doesn't understand that they are seagulls, because the form of the seagulls is by its nature also very similar to the shape of the waves. And this is very logical, of course. They live on the seaside and they have to also hide them very well. Let's try this. I marked them orange, but told in my prompt that they should be white. If they can be recognized as seagulls, then maybe they can be also painted white. Let's try. Well, this works very well. You see? Then we have a much nicer now seagulls going on here. Here we have some problems on the seaside. Let's have another one. So stable diffusion thinks on overturned ship that it must be on the coast, which is like logically, of course, this. But I put it in the middle of the sea without any rocks or any beach on the side. So of course, which is expected is more correct. Another one. you can see the orange doesn't work anymore. The seagulls are recognized as seagulls, or birds at least, and they're turned white, although they are pretty orange here. Very nice. Yeah, and of course we get each time a different ship. So if you will just fix on this one, and I will take the random seed off and render again. Of course, I will get the same result, but let's do it this way that we will have some renderings. So slot for the slot 2. Let's put another one in another frame because the input is different. Then yeah, okay. And now I will check the slot 1 and slot 2, the similarities. Let's check first of all the seagulls. They're pretty similar shape and color. They have beaks and everything. And the sea side, the shore coast is here. I have some here. Stay the wave. And well, this doesn't fit so much because there are much more waves, sharper waves. Let's try another one even a little bit further. In general, so you can see the sky is very similar. The far away part of the sea is very similar. The ship is, well, it has some changes, but not so radical. Like the slot 3, the third and the first one are okay. And you should also know that I don't use any help for the stable diffusion like control net to keep the stability, pose stability or shape stability. So without even using this, these are pretty nice results. And at the end, if you want to render them as an animation, you give here the path and then render animation. You can go take all this. Okay. Thank you for watching for this part. Keep watching me, and maybe you can get more recommendations from me soon. Thank you very much. See you soon.